Hello everyone, this is Introvert Shy Guy and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Okay, so yeah, we finished the Lily arc, and now I'm going to start the Emmy arc because she's my second favorite. So yeah, it's been a while since I've returned to this game. I mean, I think the last time I finished it was sometime in mid June of 2019. So yeah, as of right now, today is August the 27th. So it's been a while since I've came back to it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it and can't wait to start it. Anyway, I just like to mention that I kind of adjusted the music volume a bit because I mean it didn't bother me before and stuff, and the sound quality was pretty good, but I thought I just lowered it a bit because it was a little bit loud for me, and so I thought I just lowered it just a bit. So if you just notice any maybe very slight audio change, I mean I tested it before, it sounded pretty good, so I don't think you guys would notice. But I mean for some of you who do that's what I just did, just to even things out, I would say, and also to make things just a little bit more comfortable. Not to say that when I first started this, it was like uncomfortable for me. I was perfectly fine, but it was just something that was just like kind of happening in the background for me, but it didn't bother me too much. But I just thought I'd just make a few minor adjustments and stuff. So yeah, so how I'm basically gonna do this is that I'm basically just going to skip through everything and just choose some of the options that would lead to the Emmy arc, and then I would basically just keep everything that's like kind of different from the last gameplay and just keep everything there, but everything that's the same I'm just gonna cut them out and like just shorten it so it wouldn't be that time consuming and stuff. But I don't know how this is gonna work out because I don't know if there may be slight differences here and there. So if I do skip something that was something different, then I apologize. But I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I definitely like read through everything, and then like see just how things go and stuff. If it's different, then I will like read it and everything, and if it seems the same, then I'll just skip and stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, anyway, like I said, it's great to come back to this game, and we'll just start from the beginning and just skip through there. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, so I basically just skipped all the way here, and what I did was I just like skipped through some of the stuff. Like I tried to choose options that wouldn't go to one of the characters and stuff. So of course because how I'm doing this is basically I looked back through my old like gameplay videos and stuff of what I've chosen, and I noticed a few things that might lead to a certain thing in a way, but based on reading the dialogue. And bear in mind I haven't like looked up any like Let's Players or gameplay videos because I don't want to like spoil myself. Like I said in my Super Mario Galaxy gameplay thing, I was going to watch Lost Pause and how he did it, but his first choice was Emmy, and I didn't really want to spoil myself and stuff, so I kind of avoided to seeing how he went there. So I'm basically just doing this. I'm kind of doing this blind, but I think I know how this game works. So I looked at my old gameplays and I like tried to see how everything goes, and then there's this part. And I think if I were to go, do something that's like nice to Hanako, that's what leads you to the Hanako or Lily route, basically. But I want to stray away from them and go closer to the Emmy route. So before I picked this option, so I'm going to pick that option just to distance myself away from her, and maybe then get closer to the other characters. Now bear in mind, I know that there are like bad endings to this. I don't think there's any deep consequences to it. I think things will go alright. I mean, if I just do it that way. But like I said, I'm playing this partially blind on how you choose options, but from what I gathered, maybe this is the way to go. So I'm going to choose that option and then read some of it, and if some of it looks different, I'll continue reading, but if it looks the same, then I'll just skip as usual. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Takes me too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods just a little. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi, never heard of it. So, sorry again for startling you, I'm Hisayo. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it is barely audible even in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say, that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in Life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Oh, shit. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I wonder if the same exact thing happened before. And, I don't know. I've got to go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. Yeah, I'm starting to assume that if I chose the other option, I'm more sociable towards her, but since I chose this one, it makes me more distant, so therefore the Hanako route is kind of closing. And including the Lily route, because I noticed that with Hanako and Lily are kind of attached, so if you choose her and like Lily, it leads to them. And if you remember last gameplay when it's like go to the library, that's when you get that to the Hanako route specifically, and if you go walk outside, you go to the Lily route. But of course now I'm distancing from them to try to go to the MER. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself as what I said before, but you get the idea. By the time we reach kind of nowhere to be seen, and Yuka are happily chatting away. And I won't be able to catch Hanako myself. I approach the girl. Okay, I think this is the same thing, so I'm just gonna skip. Nothing, I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I can think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. I'm assuming this is different, because I remember I skipped and then it stopped. It's like the game knows which one's different, which one's not, and which is the same, so that could be good, I don't know. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly cautiously only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I'm just adjusting my chair, sorry. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile and she blushes heavily. Also, I don't know, a bit off topic. I am sitting in a different chair than how I used to sit before because I gave my old chair to my brother's room because his room is like kind of more cramped than mine. I mean, it is spacious, but it's not as big as my room, and actually plus my desk is in the living room. His desk is in his room, and that's why it kind of consumes more space. So my old chair was able to fit in his room, while this chair is completely different. It's one of those rolling chairs, but I'm kind of using it. I kind of like it in a way because I can rest my arms on it, so that's why I'm using it. But I don't know if it kind of sounds different audio-wise when I move. I mean, I guess that's why. I'm just trying to put that out there if you're sensing any like minor differences in the gameplay compared to the last one. I know maybe most of you don't even give a shit, but I guess for some of you who can pick that up, I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, I'm sitting in a completely different chair than how I used to sit. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint, makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. I'm sorry if it's the same thing I read, but you know. Oh, what? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desks really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh, yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the bean bags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. Well, I mean, he was in the hospital and that's all he could do. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to... Yeah, there you go. I started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library... Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. I'm gonna skip. I guess it could go... Oh, fuck! This is... Okay, let me check the text history, just so then I can... I mean, like I said, I don't know which one's the same, which was... I think this is the exact same thing as before, but... I don't know, just to be safe. So I'm bringing up the picture with all the instructions I got on my phone, so... Just to get the text history. Okay, text history, T. Okay. So I'm just gonna reread this. Wait, okay, there we go. I skipped some parts when I was reading it, because I think everything I read was the same, but, you know. But that's probably another way to get maybe to her route, but... Because I'm trying to... Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I answered she was cute. There we go. But I'm trying to not get to her arc, so I'm just gonna say she wasn't cute. Not exactly cute, no. There are a lot of cute girls here, a strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets, extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40. Turns the sense of love stares off into this into nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that is a full 20%. Yeah, this is the same text. Alright, skipping. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so this is another text option. So, go talk to Hanako. No, I'm gonna read my book. We're just completely ignoring Hanako. But then again, when you ignore Hanako, you also don't go to the Lily route, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So, yeah, read my book. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday and took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I crest the corner of to mark the spot I left yesterday night and pick up from there. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I join them, I just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there is nobody who'd need to hear what they are talking about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said, or even more strangely, when Shizune is not around at all? What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Misha and Shizune having come to a conclusion of one kind or another, follow in my wake, though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Okay, I know this, and I'm skipping. I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same time the girl's... oh, shit. I was just about reading, and then I was like... It skipped, and then it was going slowly, and then this happened, so... But I think this is new. This is new text. Eep. I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over to the girl, signing furiously at her. Miss Ibarazaki, I saw that running in the halls is strictly forbidden. Misha's translate right on Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of the divine fury Shizune's arm movements would seem to call for. Sorry, I was just going to get some stuff and I was in a kind of a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students, and even worse, it's explicitly against the school regulations. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. I know that I was just... Make sure that this will not happen again, although I'm sure telling you this is futile and only causes me further headache when you choose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Emmy? The small girl sticks her tongue out and responds. Ah! I gotta go! Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I've got to change it and everything. Before Misha or Shizune or I can say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairwell. Shizune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down. Are you okay, Hichan? That Ibarazaki girl is always like that, causing trouble to others. You know, I'm pretty certain Shizune wouldn't call me Hichan. Never mind. Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. I just got the wind knocked out of me. That's great, Hichan. I wouldn't call that great, but I let it slide this one time. We have to run now. There's an important student council meeting regarding the festival, and we finally decide where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for council members. We can take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? Wahahaha. Is that like... If maybe I would have gone with the student council thing, then I probably would have dated Shizune. The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck literally. I should get going as well. Alright, so time to skip. Wait, oh okay, I guess. Wait a minute. The lunch and the afternoon classes pass out of it. When I pressed skip, it didn't skip, so maybe there's something different. I read most of the book I had started yesterday and eat some of the most inedible offerings of the cafeteria. The class is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. Okay, now time to skip. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on? Okay. Yeah, this is, This is like, I know this is like, he wants me to be careful about, like, about my health and everything, but I want to answer with maybe, because thing is that when I did this one dialogue thing with Emmy and stuff, it said either to take my time or go for it. I picked take my time and I lost, and like if it would have maybe said go for it, I think I would have gotten to the Emmy arc, although I don't know if this would give me a bad ending, like I would die or something. I mean, I don't know, but I want to take that risk because I think that's how you get to Emmy, but I answered with yes. Let's see if I answer with maybe. Will this give me the bad ending? But I don't know. But let's see. Maybe no. I mean, it gives me a nasty sort of look when I say that, making me try to take back the word. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to the school. I'll promise to try, though. You're not being very convincing there, Hisayo. Tip number 1, medical professionals are not amused if you take their advice lightly. What's up with him? As if a day or two would make that much of a difference. I didn't do anything at the hospital either. Yeah, okay, sorry. He studies me for a moment and then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting idly, leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. You know, I'm starting to think maybe I should have answered with yes, because then, like, there wouldn't be a confrontation. Because he said he's gonna send out a spy or something. Fuck. I think I maybe... Did I mess up? I don't know. I mean, this is kind of a learning experience. I mean, like, I didn't save or anything. Like, I started from the beginning, and I'm, like, kind of working it up. I'm trying to see how things go. If it doesn't work out too well, I could just quit and then just start all over to, like, get to where I need to go. And, like, I could also then, you know... This could be just in one recording and then, like, cut this part until I get to where I need to be. But, you know, well, I mean, we'll see what happens. Are you getting medication for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality, too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Like a bird. Sigh. I mean, I know he's supposed to say huh, but, you know. I don't know if it was bird or birds. That was in plural. But I don't know. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there is some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're for my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They just make me a little less worse. Okay, I remember this text box, so I'm gonna skip. Seems a bit stupid to me, really. But I suppose this way, at least I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Oh. Actually, I don't want to look back. I know it's just about the thing, but not that I was ever much of a runner to begin with. Oh, you know what? Let me look back at the text history. I want to see if there's any little slight detail. I'm just curious, you know? Oh, she's involved in a shorthand about the civilian. Improper code. Honestly, when my staying in relative school, still despite getting an impression of swimming class, I nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk exercising was. So eventually I do rise up swallowing the for me. Also, I can clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempt from taking part in a gym class. I'd ordered some to cover because it's a bit like mixing this. Okay, honestly, it wasn't anything like that important. And looking at the history, but I'll continue reading this part anyway. To begin with, can't hurt to try, I guess. Oh, okay, can't hurt to try. There you go. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic leg girl who bowed me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely like a half-mechanized gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope. Her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting me to do so. And even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Good morning, your name is Hisayo, right? She grinned, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. Miss Ibarazaki. She imitates Misha imitating Shizune, failing to get the same kind of subdued lilt into her high-pitched voice. I never heard that word. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that again. Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great. I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Oh, okay, good. That's really, so it's not gonna mess up anything. Great. Oh, I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What are you saying? I don't look like I could be a spy? No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. Okay, so I didn't mess up, thank God. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kinda lost around the track. So why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training. For what? Track. Ah, I see, you're on the track team then. Emmy nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know? I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true, I never even really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see, not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. Oh no, you always should warm up. Bad Hisaya. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. Bear in mind, I don't know if what I'm reading is the same exact thing I read before or not, so... I don't know if the spy thing was said in the before, but... I'm pretty sure not. I don't know, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. To confirmation of my saying, she bounces up and down a couple of times, again passing and pressing and staying up on pair springs. Her leg blades seem to be quiet, and I say, let's go. So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Annie was fluidly throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I found myself concentrating more on running properly. Frankly, I don't remember if there is any particular form for running, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it wrong somehow. I feel awkward in comparison to Emmy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I'm pretty sure this is the same thing, so I'm going to skip. It could probably stop somewhere that would tell me this is a new text box or something, but we'll see. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape, it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. Head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. Alright, so I skipped and it took me back to here, which is the after when they had that that little fight and stuff, and now it says to cut Lily some slack. So this, if I choose this, it's me defending Lily, and don't drag me into this. I've done my part. It basically brings me away to the Lily arc and stuff. Also, I just want to point out I had to, while I was skipping this, a train was approaching. I kind of heard the distant whistle, so while I was skipping, I actually paused it right here, and the train just left. And I mean, hold on, you could hear it a little bit, but I mean, I don't think you guys could hear it, but it's very, very far off distance, and it's not coming back. Like, it's going farther away, so yeah, don't worry. I let it pass through, and luckily passed through while I was, like, skipping, and I stopped at this part, so everything should be good. But yeah, anyway, so I defended Lily, but since now I'm not doing her, I'm gonna distance myself from her. Don't drag me into this. I've done my part. Why am I being dragged into this again? I've done more than enough, I think. If you're angry with Lily, that has nothing to do with me. Now wait just a second. Are you implying the president is more right in scolding me than yourself? Oh my god, jeez. Ah, damn, I think I could have worded that better. I'm sorry, Lily, but I mean, I already, like, waifu'd you the first time, so I mean, and now I'm moving on to someone else, but you'd always be my number one, like, unless I have to do her Emmy story. We'll see how she is, but, like, obviously I did you first, but I'm moving to Emmy now, so I'm so sorry. No, I don't know about that, but, I mean, what are you saying, He-chan? It's just that I hardly think it's fair you could say that, seeing that I've helped you guys. The mood has changed. This is like a showdown between two gunfighters now. Well, it was like that before too, but this time Shizune's focuses on me. And so is Lily's, though she keeps quiet. I'm afraid I inadvertently pissed her off. Are you saying I'm wrong? What a dangerous situation. It's too early to argue with you. Yes, I think it's unfair of you to get on my case. He-chan, you want too much, but you have a point. Okay. You're not lazy, He-chan. Ha 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 ha. Shizune pushes her glasses up with her thumb almost approvingly. That's good. If you're not useless, you shouldn't let anyone say you are, but the next time I say it, it'll really be because you are disappointing me like Miss Class Rep here, so don't let this go to your head. Lily takes a jab silently, a venomous visage frozen on her face. God damn. Well, that's how it is. If you want to waifu your second or third girl, you gotta fucking stray away from, the girl you just waifu'd before. That's how it is. Because if you don't, like, if you stay with her and then you go with, like, Lily and stuff, I mean Emmy and everything, like, you don't piss off any of them and you just compliment each of them, then you have a harem, and that would be problematic. Class rep She-chan says, don't forget that report, please. I won't. Would that be all? Yep. Then good day to you all. Her voice would cut the air of the classroom into half if it was more tangible. Lily leaves the room, understandably in a bad mood, but still managing to be as poised and calm as usual. Yeah, if you chose that option, you can never, like, have her as your waifu. It just mess everything up, But, I wonder. Yeah, if I was doing Hanako, I think I would have to defend Lily because, like, she is Hanako's friend, so it would just be me defending her. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like me defending her, like, as a friend and stuff, because, like, if you piss her off, it wouldn't do very well for Hanako. So if it's like next time I'm doing the Hanako route, then I'd have to defend Lily. But of course, if I'm having Shizune as my waifu, then of course I would have to answer the same exact thing, because I don't want to piss Shizune off and stuff. So that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, as usual. Shizune, you really did go a little too far today. It's true, Shi-chan, just a little. If I had been expecting Shizune to grudgingly admit I have a point there as well, I think I was expecting too much. She doesn't respond. Ha 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 ha, Shi-chan thinks you should mind your own business. Hee-chan, we have a few last-minute things to take care of before class. We might be late, so can you please cover for us? Yeah. Perfect, yeah, yay, okay, thanks Hee-chan. They walk outside even though there are only 10 minutes left before the bell will ring, signaling the start of class. Okay, time to skip. Oh wait, Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. It wouldn't let me skip. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. We've been covering the same amount of pages each day, so reading ahead is more or less giving myself a preview of what tomorrow's lesson will be about. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, not noticing Misha's head poking over my shoulder until she is almost atop of me. What are you doing? I try to strike a balance between being quiet enough to not draw attention to myself but loud enough to draw hers. What are you doing, Hee-chan? Panic shoots through me as Misha starts talking at her normal volume and I sputter out a hasty reply, still keeping my voice down despite the fact that she just blew any hope of being discreet I may have had. I'm copying down that stuff. What are you doing? Why so loud? Really, but it's all in the book. That's why no one else is copying it down. I know, why are you so loud? Why are you so quiet, Hee-chan? It's hard to hear you. I look around to see if anyone is noticing our conversation, and it's pretty obvious that everyone has, even the teacher. God. Shizune smiles coyly, and I start to wonder if Misha is doing this because she told her to. Is it because of what happened between her and Lily earlier? This is what I get for trying to be reasonable, for trying to take the middle path. Shizune is way too prideful, although by now I should know to expect that kind of behavior from her. Why are you doing this? Huh? Misha is totally oblivious to the awkward stare the teacher is giving both of us while trying to balance her textbook on one finger. For a brief second, it looks as if things could get ugly, but the teacher simply looks away as if it's not worth the trouble. I guess this is a good thing, and I slump back in my seat in relief. The rest of the day passes by uneventfully, and this time I'm able to appreciate that it does. Okay, now time to skip. Okay, fuck, it's still a new thing. Jesus. Okay. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune's signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business, probably way over my head. Not just that, but Shizune also seems angry, although it could just be her normal severity making it appear so. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. Oh, I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune starts signing at me and Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. Well, we're in the student council, so we're pretty busy. Sarcasm. Huh? The tone of Shizune's action makes me think she is speaking with disdain, but Misha interprets it normally, replacing whatever intent may have been there with her own chipper twist on things. It's still disorienting. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Never mind. How could I forget with you two trying to get me to join at least twice a day? Ha 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 ha, but Hee-chan, some could say the work is too much. It'd be nice if students were to show a little more support for their leadership, some appreciation to the ones who are working so hard to make it all possible. Maybe, for example, a little help. That's asking too much, is it? Yep, help would be appreciated from students like you. If students would show their dedication and school spirit and offer some help, well, I don't exactly need it. But I wouldn't necessarily refuse it, so it would be nice if someone would. Oh, hello. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. They seem to have momentarily forgotten about trying to get me to stay for the rest of the day. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, Seto is not here. She came by in the morning though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little funny though, watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. She might be slacking off somewhere, just like Hee-chan, wahaha. Damn, what is it with Shizune and her need to point out stuff like this? Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste. What were you talking about? Oh yeah, we are really working hard to make the festival happen. And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them manages to berate me any more for slacking off. The halls are somewhat quiet. As expected, everyone must be in club meetings or at festival preparations, or both. Okay, now I'm going to skip. Oh, fuck. Are you serious? Okay, then. Shizune's words about being a slacker echo in my head. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but I seem to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't, and clubs, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of person. Halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. It's Rin. It looks like she's working on her mural today, too. Okay, let's see if I can skip now. Can't. Okay, fine. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. She's sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall she is painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half done as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared and the twisted human-like figures have spread and increased in number. I have to say, the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about art by any measurable scale, but it's very nice looking nevertheless. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that her concentration won't break. Wait, she doesn't even turn to check who it is. I'll wait. Okay. What is this? 15 minutes later, I decide that her concentration is indeed unbroken, and also that I have waited long enough to warrant poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Rin turns her head mechanically to my direction, ending up staring at my crotch level. Oh god. Oh, it's Sasayo. Ha! She can tell I would feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face. An astute observation, hard at work, I see. The conversation starts as if I hadn't been here for a quarter of an hour already, but it's not a concern, at least it starts. Looking good. It does. The layers of paint hiding other layers of paint, mixing and shaping the human figures really create an impressive look, but Rin looks miffed. You shouldn't comment on works in progress, 7 years of bad luck. Sounds terrible, I guess. I'll take it back then. Still, it looks good. I wonder if I get 14 years of bad luck for thinking that. Rin turns back to look at her painting and pokes it with a big toe. Could you mix some of this color? I'm running out of it. She looks down at a half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I didn't really intend to stay and help her with this project, though. I guess I didn't intend to do anything much. I look at Rin. She looks emptily back at me. Just this once. Rin picks up another brush and drenches it in another tone of pale red. There are dozens of similar bowls all around her working area. From the looks of this scene, she could have been sitting there for hours. I wonder if she has. That would mean she'd have been skipping school though, which I, of course, wouldn't put beyond someone like Rin. I pour a little bit of white and red into the bowl, trying to match the color with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient of her to not mix enough in the first place. Getting it to be exactly the same tone will be impossible, but at least I can try to get as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't that a huge workload for you too? It's such a big painting and all. Oh, I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think like that. I guess you aren't. You guess right. Legs hurt though, they feel like slugs made of sea slugs, okay? Because of the position? Yeah, like, I like doing it in a horizontal position more if you know what I'm talking about. But it can't be helped. Can't ask the wall to lay down. Saying that, she stretches herself a little, bending her legs and back far more than a human should flex. It's astonishing how effortlessly she manages her body around. There is a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression, a hint of pain maybe, as she stretches out her calves. Rin must have stamina and dexterity far above a normal person to be able to live like she does, but she's... excuse me. But she's wearing out working on this. Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something at least. Continue tomorrow if it's bad. This gives her a pause. A long one too, feeling like a mental yawn. I don't think so, Hisayo. I'm not pushing myself. Sure looks like you are. No, it's not about pushing or pulling or anything related to that kind of thing. There is this boy. A boy? Yes. Where? At the art club. And... he is blind. Oh, how can you paint if you are blind? No idea. So why is he there? That's the point, he is there. She really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel more like a discussion and less like an interrogation. He can't really do anything that you'd call art, right? But he comes there anyway and paints. Why? I don't know why. I don't know, that's why I asked. So? He doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting. I'm sure they are. I once tried that, painting with eyes closed. Wasn't too interesting, and cleaning up the floor took ages. Didn't try again. But he is becoming better at sculpting. I see. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this. Maybe she forgot she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people. Not really. Pretty blunt statement, and she totally missed the sarcasm. No? Just like I said, they are not very interesting. I usually don't have much interest in people who are not interesting. Maybe you have. Maybe. But that boy is interesting. Maybe I am like that boy, or maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can't do just because you can. That's pretty deep, I think, and tell that to her. You're a deep one. Nah, I'm a really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Did you know I can only think of 4 things at the same time? No, but now I do. Right now I'm thinking of the second floor Fuller's Girls toilet, ice cream flavored ice cream, the middle toe, and a haircut. What the fuck? I'm going to need a haircut. What the? You saw that? It was like flickering. She shakes her head around vigorously, letting her short and messy hair ruffle wildly around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. We fall silent as Rin trades around absent-mindedly, poking some brushes around. The thought about the art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I'm feeling like I'm treading on very unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Rin go, it's as though I'm starting a smoking habit or something. I should probably stop talking with her. It's not like I dislike her, despite the confusion her being herself causes, and I don't dislike art either. I've even drawn for fun sometimes. I just don't have a real creative drive or any technical skill. So usually if I were to draw something, I get white paper syndrome and just freeze completely. That, or I manage to draw something disfigured and promptly get frustrated at my inability to put the picture in my head down on the paper, then call it quits without really even trying to make an effort. Rin clearly doesn't have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking into a mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. I just like to point out that apparently my phone just rang, but I had headphones on. It was 6 minutes ago, so this happened during the Rin conversation, so I apologize, but the phone's like right next to me and I didn't really notice. I don't know when that happened though. Maybe, yeah, so I'm deeply sorry for that, but oh well. At least it kind of happened during like this part and like not during like the Emmy parts or anything. I don't know. But it was my dad. He called very late, so I'm surprised that he actually made a phone call. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But if you haven't heard it, then like yeah, you could just ignore it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you did. I don't know when, but yeah, nothing I could do about that. Rin sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, apparently comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She's staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. I can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused. I'm thinking of leaving so she can carry on working undistracted, and that I can do whatever I'm going to do alone. It's not like I have anything that must be done today. Oh shoot. Who? Nobody. I just forgot to tell Hanako that Lily was looking for her. Do you know her from my class? Oh, her, the mystery toilet girl? That person is funny. I saw her going to the toilet 5 times during one recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's the world record. It was very mysterious. That's why you call her mysterious mystery toilet girl? What other reason could there possibly be? Well, if there is, it's an entirely mystery. It's an internal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. Maybe it was the week before that. Could have been. Looking at her makes me hungry. Don't say that. At least not around her. Rin turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure why I reproved her. But she doesn't acknowledge understanding any more than before, so I give up at this point. So do you want to go eat dinner then? No, not yet. Rin has turned her hungry gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic, or at least slightly less lethargic than she did before. It's as if the wall is an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. This is the feeling I get. A weird sense of empathy overcomes me and makes me smile a little to myself. For all her oddity, Rin is pretty cool after all. I'll be going anyway. Have fun. Rin has already grasped the brush and is dipping it into fresh paint, so of course she can't hear me anymore or doesn't answer anything even if she does. I'm feeling tired, so I set my alarm clock to wake me up as late as I can afford while still making it to the first class. The nurse's voice is almost nagging in the back of my head about morning jogs. I make a resolution to make up for it by going for a walk after school tomorrow. Emmy won't care either way, I bet. Okay, I'm gonna play just a little bit more because, I just really want to, because I know that there's gonna be a whole lot of edits of me, cutting some parts out and everything. So I just want to keep on going until maybe I, reach a different chapter and stuff, and then I could, then edit down and, shorten it. But anyway, I'm just kind of feeling a little hungry, so I'm not that hungry, but I need to tame my appetite a little bit, so I'm just gonna have just a quick something, just something small, not too big, so yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, I just ate a little something, so I'm good to go, so yeah, let's continue. Return. I wake up and take a hot shower. Back in my room, the first thing I see, familiar row of medication bottles lined up on top of my refrigerator. And it makes me depressed as usual. Okay, so now I'm gonna skip. Okay, so I skipped. It was kind of weird how, even though I was avoiding Hanako and Lily and how I didn't take her side and stuff, that I still met her and we went to the supermarket and held her hand and stuff. The same exact thing that happened before, so I'm surprised that it actually still went into that scenario, so. But anyway, so I chose I'm not in a very good condition. Now I have to keep it a secret, because like I said, I have to keep on distancing from her, and also I haven't chosen that option, so you have to do it like that, so yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm fine. There's nothing to worry about. The hill is just surprisingly steep, don't you think? I wonder what they have the school so high up here for anyway. Don't we have students in wheelchairs and everything? Indeed. Lily's forehead wrinkles in concern, and I don't really want her to have that kind of an expression over me. We barely know each other. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Not that you can find a place like this wherever, I guess, but it makes me wonder what they were thinking. My voice is overly calm. It sounds weird to my own ear, and I speak way too fast. I briefly wonder how much Lily can sense from someone's voice alone. Let's continue. We're almost there anyway. For the rest of the way back to the school, we all remain silent. Alright, another one. students roll into class for the Saturday morning sessions, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. Okay, let's skip. After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves too. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished and there is nothing else to do in the classroom. Not really feeling energetic, I just go straight to my room and read for the rest of the day. Huh. And that's it. Alright, what is next? The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. I'm curious as if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort complete with "No Girls Allowed" sign. And with the girls crossed out and body currently scrawled underneath it. Knocking on his door which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens up a crack. Who is it? Okay, so I recognize some of the dialogue sounds the same, so now I'm gonna skip. What am I going to do? I don't have any plans in hindsight. That's really stupid. Maybe I should ask a girl out. Then again, all things considered, I don't think I could have done anything like that. It's only my first week. A week that I have wasted being awkward around almost everyone, stumbling all over myself trying to get the hang of this place. Thinking about it, what have I accomplished? Who would I have even asked? Damn, it seems that Kenji is my only realistic option for a date today. You know, I'm starting to think I probably fucked some stuff up. Like, you know, because I mean, what I was trying to do was like, trying to like manage my way through like by not taking a few sides and stuff, and like I was hoping to get to the Emmy part where you do the race and stuff, but I mean I had no idea that like it could lead, you know, to something like this. Or I don't know if it is gonna lead to that. I know there is a Kenji option, which, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to, but I'm just trying to get to the waifu part. But you know what? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just like right now, just going through and stuff, and we'll see what happens. For a day today, this is the most depressing thing that has happened to me since I had a heart attack because a girl confessed her love to me. It can't be helped. I don't know really. I don't have anything, I guess, but a fort seems a bit excessive. You sure you don't want to go outside? It's not like visitors won't come to the dorms today. He looks thunderstruck by this revelation. Damn, you may have a point. This place is not safe today. We must find somewhere to hide in. He falls silent for a moment thinking. The roof. What about it? We are going to hide out on the roof for today. It's the perfect place. Nobody ever goes up there. Meet me there in 1 hour. I have to prepare. Oh jeez! He slams the door shut and the locks click closed. Damn, what the hell is wrong with Kenji? And to think I'm now going along with it with his craziness, it really makes me depressed. I feel like a failure. Once I step outside, the din of the crowd greets me. The whole school is bustling with activity. There are stalls everywhere, and the crowd swarming between them is considerable. I didn't expect the festival would attract so many visitors. I have to admit that the people in charge of decorating the place put a lot of effort into it, and it really shows. People seem to be enjoying themselves, and the atmosphere is colorful and bright and happy. That is, if I weren't suddenly in such a foul mood. At the moment, it's more annoying than anything else. Well, it can't be helped. I decide to stick with my original plan and eat. Then I guess I have to at least see what Kenji's up to on the roof. I do a slow circle around the grounds to kill some time, looking at the stalls, but not feeling like playing any of the games anymore. The garish colors grind my eyes and I feel more and more ill by the minute. I can't even decide what I want to eat, and the large selection combined with the masses of energetic festival visitors isn't helping. I just head towards the nearest stall that seems to offer something halfway edible and get in line. It turns out to be noodles. It also turns out to be not very good. Well, at least it's nourishment. It's not like I demand anything else at this point. As I stir my disagreeable noodles, I idly wonder what the others are doing right now. Shizune and Misha are definitely somewhere organizing things. I better steer clear of them. I guess they wouldn't forgive me so easily for leaving them alone with this thing. I expect Emmy to be buzzing all over the place, being depressingly cheerful. There's no chance to find her, but no chance to avoid her either, so it doesn't matter. Lily would probably be helping her class with that festival event, and entirely too busy for another's company. Hanako wouldn't want to talk to anyone anyway, either keeping to herself or helping Lily. Rin should be tending to her mural and is probably being unhelpful to any hypothetical and interested parties. Good thing going there for some peace and quiet seems like the nicest option of the above, but then again, I can't see having art forced on me raising my mood either, so I'll pass. While I was lost in thought, my food seems to have disappeared and so has my hunger. I guess I just blocked out the experience of eating, which should be a good thing. Satiated but unsatisfied, I turn to walk towards the main school building. An hour has almost passed already. The crowd is even thicker in here than it was outside. The hallways are almost unbearable, and I don't even dare to think what's it like inside the classrooms. I head up the stairs to my destination, the roof. Thankfully the door at the top isn't locked, but now there's a handwritten sign on it. Off limits. Don't mind if I don't. The festival noise is surprisingly muted up here, and the rooftop looks deserted as expected. Near a place where the cyclone fence has collapsed, there is a pile of blankets that seems oddly out of place. Wait, did that pile just move a little? That would be strange, as there is no wind at all. I carefully stick my hand out and give it an experimental prod. Oh jeez! Ah! Startled, I jump back. Who is it? God damn it, Kenji, it's me! Oh damn, you scared me, man. So what are we doing up here? We're having a picnic. What? Yeah, I have blankets, pretzels, and whiskey. This is the ultimate setup, man. Whiskey? Aren't you a bit too young to drink alcohol? I'm 20, you know? Is he? You're not. I am, and so are you. What? That's absurd. Hey, at least you get something out of it. All I get is this bottle of whiskey. He's rambling incoherently, but I decide to play along. So why do you have a bottle of whiskey? My mom couldn't come visit for the festival, so she sent me some expensive single malt instead. A likely story. Want some? It's not like I have anything to lose. This day can't possibly get worse. Why not? We sit down on the pile of blankets Kenji apparently dragged up here. He produces an almost full bottle of whiskey and passes it to me. You didn't even bring glasses. No, this is not some romantic princess picnic. What the hell, man? This is a manly picnic. No glasses, no napkins. Whiskey only, the beverage of true men. Whatever. And pretzels. I take a closer look at the bottle. 12-year-old single malt whiskey, as he said. Shrugging my shoulders, I take a swig. It burns my throat like acid, but the taste isn't unpleasant. I feel it going straight into my head, and the aftertaste lingers in the back of my mouth, craving for another swig. I never liked whiskey. It feels like drinking acid. We should outline our counteroffensive and trash talk women here, where they can't hear us. Damn, I forgot to bring my graphs. I decide to play a drinking game with myself. Every time Kenji mentions female conspiracy, I'll take a swig. For 4 or 5 hours, or possibly several days later, I lost track. You shouldn't feel bad, man. Ease the fuck up. Seriously. I am relaxed. God damn it. I'm telling it as I see it. Think about it. When did housing and land start becoming more and more expensive? When women began entering the workforce because it created two income nuclear families. Yeah, I forgot my graphs, but and you'll just have to take my word for it. Women are connected to the decay of all society. I see, that is kind of hard to believe. Even if I say that, somehow everything Kenji says seems to make more sense now. It all fits together, but I don't know if it's because he can explain things more clearly when drunk, or because I understand everything better when drunk. No man, think of the deeper implications. It was hard. It's like throwing me off with the 3 thinks of how it was ordered. People could afford to start saying, oh well, since 2 members of the family are now earning money as opposed to 1, they can surely afford something like rising costs of ownership. I see your point, but land in Japan has always been expensive. And the price of land generally goes up when a country starts undergoing industrialization, but no, it's because of women. Correlation equals causation, you know? I thought correlation didn't equal causation. Well, whatever, maybe you're right. I am always right. Yeah, I bet women created industrialization too, to cover their tracks. How diabolical. So yeah, everyone can go fuck themselves. He stands up, impressing me because I'm fairly sure I couldn't even if I wanted. He yells extremely loudly as if he's lost the concept of volume. I wince and almost want to cover my ears. Ah, how nice it would have been if I could have been down there, but no. You see, thinking like that is a trap. You think you're missing out on something, but at this end of that road, it's nothing but despair. Kenji snatches back the bottle and leans back his head, attempting to pour the alcohol into his mouth, but just ends up drenching himself in it. Damn it, see? My aim is terrible, and the bad thing about drinking is that it only gets worse the longer you go. Today is a day of despair. His voice immediately drops to almost a whisper, but he starts talking much faster than before, slightly slurring his words from the whiskey. As he talks, he waves the bottle around, spilling some of it here and there. Yeah, you know what was the most shocking event of my life? I have a hazy recollection of him telling about the second most shocking event in his life, which was a bird pooping on his head. I don't have particularly great expectations of this, but I nod at him to continue anyway. You wouldn't think it, but I had a girlfriend here once. I think it was last year. Yeah, I just blew your mind, huh? See, I have never told that to anyone. It's true, the thought does blow my mind. Suddenly I want the bottle. I take it from Kenji and knock back as much as I can. I was more innocent back then, and I thought she was sane, unlike most women. But then one day, we engaged in sexual intercourse. It was pretty okay, but then immediately following the event that is the point of all such things, something strange and scary happened. He throws himself up against the fence, leaning on it, his eyes narrowed. I started feeling incredibly tired and sleepy. That isn't normal, man. What the fuck? I mean, normally that would be a high-tension, adrenaline-pumping moment of anyone's life, but my energy levels were dropping like a brick. Something sinister was in the works. I could feel it. That is when I knew that women are dangerous, sapping the life force of all men through the one commodity that is almost solely theirs to control. Sickening. Yeah, you're better off, dude. Kenji was right, this really is a day of despair. I drink more to avoid having to process what he just said. Now I am the last sane man in an insane world. When other people realize it, there will be a war, a great war between men and the forces of feminism. But the problem is that not all men would fight on my side. Shit sucks. I could set the bar kinda low, any men are fine, but not the dudes raised by their mom or their sister, that's for sure. And nobody into dick girl porn. Jesus. That situation seems unlikely to me. Like it wouldn't happen, like it's not very likely to happen. The alcohol must be working. Regardless, I still feel depressed that I'm up here today. I wasn't really looking forward to the festival like with the same excitement as the rest of the school, but still. Excuse me. It would have been nice to have gone with someone from up here. It certainly sounded like everyone's having fun. Maybe I am missing out. It's just that there was no one I could have gone with. Or maybe there was. So many opportunities looking back on it now, and I must have squandered so many of them. Damn, this is true despair. The worst part is that sometimes I feel like I have no choices in my life, you know? Like I never have a chance to make a decision. Shit just happens. Like it was all pre-programmed like fate or something. Like there is no way I can have a say in what I do. Oh shit. Quick, ask me a question. Now. I can't really. See, this is just another example of it. Damn, shit, damn, do you see? Now when I'm trying to go against my destiny and take charge of my life, the opportunity isn't even there. Damn, man, you have failed me for the last time, jerk. Oh, he passed out. He slides to his knees and then falls over onto his side, lying on the gravel of the roof. Hey, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Can't you see I'm in despair? He's speaking in a sarcastic tone. Suddenly, Kenji sits up, clumsily pats himself clean, and puts his hand out towards me to reach for the bottle. I put it in his hand. What the hell? Damn, you killed almost the entire bottle. See, it's like I have no options in life. Is this how it's going to be for the rest of time? Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like that for the rest of time. Whatever he's talking about, my head is spinning. I get up and lean against the fence, hoping it'll help me focus a little. Yeah, I know, we have to fight the power with all we got. It's the only way to live. You're an alright guy. This brotherly bond is what keeps me going in these dark times. We should go trolling women. Rolling women? What? Trolling women. Trolling for women. But we have to do it now before I lose this alcohol-related courage. He's gesturing wildly, madly even. I take a step backward. He takes a step forward. What's the matter with you? Not in the mood for love? To be frank, no. I take another step backward. He takes another step forward. He leans in extremely uncomfortably close. What the hell? Stop leaning in like that. It bothers me. Leaning in like what? Hey, you shouldn't lean against the fence like that. It's kind of unsafe. I try to move away from Kenji, but my balance isn't so good. Reeling from the dizziness, I grab at one of the fence posts, but then feel it give way as soon as I put my weight on it. This isn't good, though my alcohol-addled brain doesn't seem to be quite capable of registering why. Kenji's face seems to be becoming smaller, though, which is a bit of a relief. Much smaller, in fact, and rapidly so. There seems to be a bit of wind now. Somehow it makes me feel almost weightless. I feel dazed, like my mind has gone blank. I am falling. I can see the night sky as I turn over in the air. The bottle floats out of my fingertips and disappears into thin air as I fall. I realize that this is the fitting end to a truly, truly bad day. Oh, jeez. Oh, he's dead? Oh, God. I think I probably fell off the roof. Oh, jeez, that is a cruel, cruel way to go out. Oh well, I mean, am I really disappointed? Not really. I mean, I did say I just wanted to avoid spoilers and stuff. I know that there's Lost Pause, like how he played it, but I didn't want to like watch it and like go through the parts and stuff because I feel like, be spoilery and stuff. So I thought, like, if I would I wanted to just get back to the one where, you do the track and stuff. If I would have done that, like, that's what I was trying to get to. But then again, am I disappointed? Not really, because bear in mind, I played this the first time and I got the perfect ending. And it was a very, like, fantastic way to go. So, honestly, I'm not that disappointed. I'm still gonna, I'm gonna save this, because, or actually I haven't really saved at all, but I think the game saved. Oh, no, it hasn't. I mean, let's see. Prelude. Yeah, it hasn't saved. But yeah, I kind of got the bad ending. But, I thought, because I knew that, like, there was a part about Kenji. I thought when I was, like, reading that, I thought, oh, I got this part. Like, I don't go with any of the girls, but I, like, just become best friends with Kenji, and then, like, it ends in a, sort of an alright way to end it, So I thought it was that. But yeah, I guess the way I was doing it was a complete failure, because apparently me just avoiding everyone was not the right way to go. So I really don't know how I'm going to do this. Either I'm probably just going to look online and just be like, how to get to certain arcs, or just like go on Lost Pause and like skim through it. But then again, it would probably, like, YouTube would recommend me spoilers to the game, so you know what? I'd rather look it up online, because I just wanna like just read it and just get me to where Lily is, like, Emmy is, not the whole thing, just to get to Emmy, and then I could solve through it, and like I'll choose my choices and choose the correct one and hope I get the good parts. But yeah, I think fuck me, man. So he actually dies in the if you do that. Fuck me. That's pretty dark, and what a way to end it. But I'm still gonna, I'll still upload it. As a matter of fact, I won't put it in. Will I put it in parts? Nah, I'm not gonna put it in parts. It's like pointless, because the way I was doing it, I was like just skipping and shit. Like just skipping everything. And then I read just Kenji's little backstory, and then I die. So I'm just gonna literally upload the full shit. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But as a matter of fact, if you notice, I usually play Katawa Shoujo, then I play a different game. But because of how this thing went, the next time I come here, funny thing is, I could technically play this game on Friday, because I only have a calculus class on Zoom, and it's at 1 o'clock to 2:10. So technically, I could just do it, and then, like, play the game. And I could also eat from where I live. Like, I don't need to go drive to my university. I'll just go down, like, eat a pizza, and then go back up, and then just play the game just to get to the part where I need to be. It'll be daytime, so I don't know if it's gonna be noisy. I don't think so. It's not gonna be noisy. I mean, because it's just like how I play with my gameplays and stuff, and I also lowered the sensitivity of the mic compared to when I usually play if I'm in the chair, like with my gameplays and stuff, compared to visual novels, because I'm in front of a monitor, computer screen. So Yeah, so I will do another gameplay of Katawa Shoujo, this time just to get to the Emmy part, and I'll probably skip through some, like, because I now read some stuff. I don't think it'll be that different. I mean, I don't know. I hope this computer saved some of the stuff like that I went through, because it now knows that I finished it, right? I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, I will play this game again tomorrow. And this time I'll do it the correct way. I'll look online and check, you know, how to get to this one specific arc. I'll try not to spoil myself, but there's no guarantees. But yeah, like I said, I have no choice because how things went, you know. Might as well just look it up, I guess. But yeah, so I'm pretty fine with it. I'll upload the full thing and stuff on YouTube. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.